Welcome back, everyone. Today I bring you a new game with a pretty cool division, in my opinion. That being the 16th Belgian Pantserdivision. It is kind of shitty, but it is also pretty cool because it's shitty, but it's not completely useless. Like it has its weaknesses, but it can also make it work in ranked. It has a massive downside in its AA because you get, well, no long range AA and no long range fighters, which is absolutely horrible if you come up against the wrong division. But it has forward deployed infantry, which is okay. Not the best, but it's okay. You have arguably one of the best line infantry in the game because they have 3 machine guns. They have only a law and the old law at that, which only has 11 penetration. But still, 7-man squad with 3 machine guns has an insane damage output. Well, in the context of WARNO, where no infantry has any damage output at all, basically, except for a very few close quarter combat specialists. And your Leopard 1s are, well, cheap tanks that are still good. You won't have a good time against like a heavy tank division. You won't have a good time against an actual like elite infantry division. But anything in between, you have a very, very good chance to win. Now in this case, I'm going up against 101st, so I'm in a pretty bad position because this is an infantry division that has excellent infantry, albeit more expensive, but still a lot better. And my AIFVs, which are a bit shit, but also not completely bad, will not really help me in the city fighting. Fighting over the open, sure, but if the points are all pretty much town fights. So, I mean, the points that you will contest here is at least. So, they won't be as useful there. And he has big infantry squads. He has the Green Berets ODA, which is a big special forces infantry squad, which is insanely good. Also insanely expensive, but also very good. So that's dangerous. He also has forward deployed in the deltas, which come in the Humvee delta, which if you don't know, it's special forces, which means it has 20% more speed, which means it is actually faster than the 100 kilometers per hour that are indicated on the stat card. So he will get to have basically faster forward deployed than I do, which I know, but I wasn't sure how much this means. So you can see I'm still doing an aggressive deployment into here, hoping that I would still get in here in time. Thought I had to sneeze, but I didn't. Damn. That's sad. And especially importantly, I don't know how quickly he can get into this zone here. So you can see I have some infantry deploying here, but also HMGs. And a sniper to the left flank of the sector on the right side to protect it in case he doesn't get in there in time. But yeah, if he gets there in time, I am kind of in trouble because the deltas are decent squads. At super close range, well, they can't use their sniper rifle, so that's obviously already pretty bad for them. But there's still special forces that can do a lot of damage and don't take a lot of suppression. But you can see I have one Fusilier here, one of the, what are they called actually? ESR GVP, yes. The Special Forces GSR squad of the Belgians. Also very cool because you get 6 of them. Very, very nice. And yes, I said 2 machine guns, 2 of the forward deployed 50 cal AA vehicles. Like if you don't know, they might look shitty, but they are forward deployed. And 2 of them at Vet 1 can absolutely shred helicopters. You just need to get in range, which can be problematic. But they are very, very nice. And they're also decent as fire support. Forward deploy command on the right hand flank to quickly capture the sector. Let's see 2 Milan 1s going in. I didn't think he would start with like some M1 push. It would be weird. One forward deployed Humvee tow on the left hand side with a TOW 2. Sniper as well going into here. Humvee 2 sniper of reinforcements. Two 50 kill trucks on left hand side as well, one 50 kill in case he does get into here so that I can have the 50 kill as fire support, 3 of the Fusiliers and GSR squad to have recon over the open field and then later on move it into the town, and one F-16 because, I mean, well, 101st is a helicopter division, right, so it isn't like unthinkable that he would start with some helicopter opener. It's actually fairly likely. And yeah, well, he does get into the town way earlier than I do, so that means I am in a lot of trouble. Especially because I forgot to unload my GSR squad, so he just straight drove into the deltas and got killed. Because if you didn't know, they got Carl Gustav AT launcher not that long ago. So yeah, this will be big trouble. The 50 kill trucks unfortunately also weren't able to do anything because of the sidelines in the town. Here I was able to get in, but now he has 2 deltas in there and I didn't want to engage them. The one Fusilier, I didn't retreat them because I was stupid. But, well, because they're special forces, they will defeat my Fusiliers. I do get my command in, so I captured the sector, but of course now the command is pretty much dead because I only have 250 kills. They will do good damage against this delta, but now he actually has an M1. Like, who the hell starts with an M1 playing as 101st? Like, what the hell was that? Honestly, good move by him because nobody expects that, but what the hell, man? Why would you do that? Now he has a bunch of infantry or forces deployed on the left-hand sector as well. You can see the 50 kills doing some decent damage against his infantry 50 kill team. Let's see whether the Fusiliers can delete it. Yes, they did. Oh, actually, it wasn't a 50 kill, it was a 762. Why would you do that? I mean, it's cheaper, but still. What the hell? Trying to recruit the Fusiliers, I completely forgot that they have smoke. It's kind of the problem still with the infantry smoke. It's a bit inconsistent on which squads have it and which squads don't have it. So you tend to forget it on some squads if you don't play a division a lot. My F-16 got shot down. Oh. It was 100% sniped by some stupid manpads. Sorry, I actually missed it. Here at this engagement, the Fusiliers will do kind of okay, but also not that well. They, the 50 cal trucks obviously deleting the Humvee Delta. So this one here died to something afterwards. I'm not completely sure what. Bought in a second command for the left hand side to capture my back zone. It was worth 2 points, so I definitely wanted to capture it. And then move it up further. Here the sniper is engaging the Delta, and I was a bit... It was a bit weird that the Delta survived so much and the sniper was struggling so much. Like, look at that. Like, why is it already so suppressed? But I guess it's because he brought in a second Delta here, and which I couldn't see. Like, again... I know, I talk about it every game, but what the hell is that? The Delta was here, and I couldn't see it before it fired. That's 1,000 meters away, with a dedicated recon squad. What the hell? That's just, it's insanely stupid. Here I bought in 2 pioneers and moved them in. This was absolutely unnecessary. I should have just rerouted them because I was definitely not retaking the sector at this point. Still as an M1 there, I tried to bomb it with the F-16, but unfortunately dropped all its bombs way too far forward, so the M1 got out of there alive. This Humvee here wasn't able to snipe anything off because actually, if you have the ATGM here, you don't have enough time to get on target while the vehicles drive through here, so you just are wasting your ATGMs all the time. That's a bit sad. I got an aero rifles dragon in here, so my vehicles are toast. The 50 cal though isn't the vehicle, so it will be able to do something. Bought in a Pioneer Flam. Should have bought in standard Pioneer with the satchels. The napalm is really mediocre in town fights. I think it struggles the same damage as all the other, like, plain napalm as well. It doesn't do damage against squads in buildings. I can see it does, like, damage when it lands, but then when it's burning it doesn't do any more damage. That's why the satchels are better. But well, I mean, I have it in the town now, so might as well use it. Also has the Uzis. They should be better in close quarters combat, you would hope. Though I would bet that this gets kind of countered by the fact that the standard Pioneers have the satchel. Bringing in a drone, because the drone is super nice. I was able to save my sniper here, so that's at least something. Not like it will spot anything, as we know, but if it's in a building or in cover, but it might spot something if he moves it over the open, so hey, better than nothing. Also brought in a helicopter for the right-hand side to discourage him from pushing his Abrams through just like that. So this helicopter is very nice, as I told you. Super cheap, 6 health, so it survives the manpad, as you can see. Also have the Humvee tow here, recon squad, so stabilizing the right-hand side, capturing the left. So I'm at a +2 tick, and you can see I have a pretty decent advantage at this point in points. He moves in his command, and I am definitely not in a position to contest him for the moment. Especially because it's a tank, and there the big weakness of my division comes in. Like, what do I do against a tank in a town? Like, there's nothing I can do. I have 11 AP loss. That's it. I think the best I have is 14 AP. I think it's called an RCL or something. But I only take the recon card with those AT launchers because I need the infantry slots for all different stuff. So the only thing for me, or the only way for me to kill the tank here, by the way, Delta dies because the Humvee was in an attack move, so that was very nice for me. But the only way for me to kill it is like side shots or rear shots or planes. I could like rush it with a bunch of Leopard 1s, but that would be a pretty bad idea. He goes on the plane to kill my drone, and I mean, my air defense is very, very lackluster at this point. Even if I had some, he would have likely gone through. But this was the sign for me to buy in some actual AA, well, the best I have available, which is Mistrals. F-16A, obviously it couldn't also work, but against F-15s, which the 101st gets, it's a pretty bad idea. Like, you pretty much have to do it, because that's all you have, but it's still very bad. They don't have the best F-15, to be fair. They don't have AMRAAMs, like only Sparrows, but Sparrow is still better than no Sparrow. His Black Hawk flies in to get some recon information. Oh, nobody, he actually spotted my sniper though. And you can see F-15 circling in the back. I went in to kill off the Black Hawk. All my missiles missed, by the way. Nice. But luckily the F-15 missed me as well. He buys in the F-4. Don't see that often that people take this in 101st, because it's like one of the worst bombers in the game. Also, like, I just don't understand, why does the F4 get like the worst bomb load in the whole game? The whole point of the F4 is that it's a massive bomb truck. It's like almost a bomber, and it gets 4 250-kilogram bombs that it drops in a shitty pattern. Why? I don't get it. But well, anyway. Left-hand sector looking pretty good. I did get some side shots on the M1. I think it was side shots, maybe even rear armor shots, but you can see it's super, super low. So he retreated it. It was the right call by him. But this still puts me almost 400 points ahead. Still has some infantry here that I need to clear out. You can see Fusiliers moving in. But unfortunately he has some Aero Scouts, GSR. Most people also don't take them because it's a pretty good squad at 13 men. But as a GSR squad you would want to use them for recon. But spending 100 points, plus also it only comes in helicopters, so it's I think something like 150 points or that to buy in for a squad that you would want used for its recon, so only to sit back, is a bit much. Yes, it's also a decent combat squad, but you get a shit ton of other high HP squads in 101st that don't take up a valuable recon slot. So weird choice, but I mean in this case it's doing very well. Especially because I still only have the Pioneer Flumps here. I think normal Pioneers should be coming in soon. I saw him deploying a Chinook with a squad back here, so I was afraid that this could be some Green Berets ODAs that could just completely delete my forest line. So I bought in some Pioneer Flumps on the right hand side as well. Oh, it was this GSR squad that will move into the street line and sit here, but I didn't know that. And better be safe than sorry, so put them here. Buy in the cluster because I saw him moving in a command, an infantry command through the forest line, and engineer command. Again, missed him slightly, so he survives, and we'll put it in shortly. Context and phrasing. F-15 gets hit by 1 Mistral. If that would have been my Strike Eagle, it would have obviously been double tapped instantly by Mistrals, but my Mistrals don't do that, even though this has... No, I think they have the same ECM. Both have 40% ECM. So, whatever. He now is actually bringing in Green Beret ODA, which is pretty bad, because these will eat all my infantry alive in the town. This M1 is doing a good job against the AIV, also destroys its engine. Unlucky. Well, now it's missing, because why not? But should kill it off eventually. Yes, it does. Also buying in some more AA in the form of Gepards, because, yeah, as I said, it's still a helicopter deck, so he will be bringing in helicopters at some point, and the Gepards are perfect, actually, for taking down helicopters. So in this sense, the matchup is kind of good for me, because he only has the F4 as strike planes, and everything else air-wise are helicopters. And my AA is actually very good against helicopters. Also bought in howitzers, because I already saw that this would be a grind game in the town, and so artillery will be the deciding factor here. Unfortunately, the Gepards miss targets because of target priority, stupid bullshit again, and kill the empty Chinook and not the Chinook with the green berets in them. Sucks. I also didn't target it because I wasn't paying attention. So that was bad. You can see now finally the normal pioneers are coming in. Howitzers starting to fire. Retreated the command to... no, actually brought on a new command to upgrade the artillery once it's in place. Kept a new command here, obviously, to contest. Also brought in a supply to repair all those squads that are low. And now the green berets are coming in. And now I will have to micro off my ass to even be able to defeat them. You can see instantly moving the pioneers here, because the satchels will do decent damage against them. They instantly snipe off one of the Gepards, so second one gets retreated as fast as possible. Pioneers need to get in range to use their satchels, and you can see actually the pioneer flumps here did enough damage to force them to retreat, because they did so much cohesion damage. They actually also did a fair amount of like hard damage, normal damage, whatever you want to call it. New planes coming in. That will definitely be painful. This one here bombing one of the pioneers. Mistral missing. One of the Mistral dying. One of the Mistrals dying. Obviously also doesn't help. Here I mismicroed the F-16. Thought I clicked on the F4, but kind of misclicked. Still killed it off, so that's one strike plane gone. Very, very nice. Targeted his infantry in the back here. And now I'm just following the green berets, because I saw that they're low, and I want to kill them off as quickly as I can. He only gets 3 of them, if I remember correctly. Maybe 4. But killing one of those off is a massive, massive advantage to me. Not only because of the points, but just because of the value it has in fighting. His bomber completely misses because I was advancing my pioneers. Here I spot all of his units in the back line, and I actually get the engineer leaders. I think the other green beret was already dead, or it's somewhere else. No, it must be already dead. And so, yeah, here obviously I can't do anything against them, because in the forest I won't be able to get in range with the satchels. Or well, I might be able to get in range, but then I will be dead the next second. So I retreat to just keep my pioneers alive, because I also only have 5 of those engineers, because I upvet them. And then an additional 5 of the Flum. Spot more infantry here, and all those big infantry squads are so annoying. I really need to get rid of them. Pioneers Flum. You can see how badly they're actually performing. Like, this is 2 of them. They have used all 8 of their napalm, and they haven't even done. They have barely done half damage. They was together with the small arms, so they haven't done half damage with their napalm. And if you don't know, like, if this would have been in a forest fight, if you played the game, you know, definitely. In a forest fight, they would have absolutely deleted the squad. But in towns, napalm is really, really not that good. At least if we're talking about, like, an equally good squad, normally. If you're talking about equally good squads normally, but one of them has a satchel and one of them doesn't, the satchel always wins. With napalm, it isn't that clear. Still better to have napalm than not have it, but no. Tomato, tomato, satchels are better in towns. Napalm is better in forests. I don't even actually know about, like, normal flamethrowers, whether this counts there as well. Interesting. Well, anyway, again, see low HP squads, chase them through the town to not give him rest and give him the ability to repair them. Sniped off of one Chinook here. Yeah, this is the Special Forces one that gets 20% ECM and a minigun. That's actually pretty like not insane, but annoying. So killing that off is very nice, because yeah, it's also expensive, so he can't sell it now. Now he starts using his artillery as well. Mine has been a bit silent, because there just was a lot of movement in the town, and yeah, didn't make sense to use the artillery in this case. He's now moving in his M1IP again, so big issue once again for me. You can see I bought in a lot of infantry, but I haven't bought in any ATGM. No, I have bought one in the ATGM, but I wasn't able to get it in position, unfortunately, because of the fighting in the town and our artillery coming in. So, yeah, it has only been sitting in the back there. You can see those are the squads that I mean with the better AT launcher. 14 pen, but that's the best you get. Because no, I think some squads, yeah, the Fusiliers, they get the normal with the forward deployed Fusiliers. They also get the more modern law, but I mean that's still like what, 13 penetration or something. Another Green Beret in here, but now I can't chase it because he has the M1IP there, and he also has a Green Beret leader now in the back. That really sucks. Gonna be honest here. Fusiliers quickly killing off the Stinger. F-16 lost its target. Don't know what it was targeting. Here it was barely not able to kill off the M1IP. That was really dumb. Normally the clusters, when I used them last time, they did a good job. This time they were really shitting the bed, and the other one missed, and then I retreated it because, yeah, well, he bought in 2 F-15s, so definitely needed to get it out of there. Not sure whether this F-15 already vetted up or whether he bought it in double vet. He must have bought it in double vet. Didn't buy that many planes in for him to be able to vet up already. But he gets shot down anyway, so that was at least nice. More Mistrals coming in, as you can see. And artillery on the Green Beret leaders. Very nice leader squad, but for me it's just too expensive. I would rather use the engineer leaders. They have the same like size, so they're also very hard to dislodge. But they're a lot cheaper, and you also don't have to bring them in a helicopter. Yeah, they aren't as good in combat, but I mean, you don't want to use infantry leaders in combat anyway, and they don't have smoke, so that also isn't something that would be in favor of them. The engineers also don't have smoke, but I mean in the sense of that I prefer to have infantry leaders with smoke, even if they're more expensive most of the time. Because infantry smoke is just so incredibly useful. Here the AIFVs pushing around the side to find some nice kills or fire support him down. Again, following the leaders and trying to kill them so that he can't repair them and bring them back in. Managed to do that, so again, very important kill. And I need to keep the zone, because I really do not want to have to grind my way back into this zone. Like, it would be possible with some extra smoke and then artillery and maybe even some bombing runs and stuff like that. But I was expecting there would be some ATGM hell in here. Sure, 101st isn't the best at that, because they only get tow 2s, or like the ITOW vehicle in the vehicle tab, but that's the cheapest ATGM they can get. But he still can have a lot of ATGMs in here, because he sure as hell doesn't need them here at the moment. And most importantly, helicopters. Like, he can just chill a bunch of helicopters back there, and there's nothing I can do against that. I would just be completely fucked. So yeah, don't want to do that. Spotted his infantry here. You can see I have brought in a bunch of Leopard 1s now, as some fire support around the flanks. Yeah, brought in the artillery for the Green Berets, but he was moving them out of the way. Yeah, M1IP here obviously will deal with the AIFVs without any issues. Can see also bought some ATGMs for the open field to the right hand side of the city, because he could also move his tanks in here and try to fire support me down. So I wanted to prevent that. Also buying in some recon now again, so that I actually know what's going on here. Because I mean, I have the recon still in the forest line here, and I mean, honestly, I should be moving it up soon to get some more recon information here. Tries to counter battery me, but of course I was moving my artillery. Also bought in a drone, but he was bringing in a plane, so I retreated it. He was going for the other drone though, on the other side of the map. Gets the kill, because I wanted to see whether he might be sneaking through the forest line. I didn't see anything, so that was nice. Also, by the way, one of the points why the drone is so amazing. It's so good to just get some quick recon information on those forest patches. And yeah, in this case it was shot down, but I could have saved it if I microed it a bit better, or just retweeted it earlier after already getting the information that there's nothing there. So yeah, recon drones. If you have them available in your deck, 100% always take them. It's not even a question. Here I split my barrage. I can't remember what I saw here, but I saw the Humvee tow here and tried to kill it off. Should have focused my barrage on one thing. Though I guess I killed off something, the air rifle dragons with the artillery there. He is targeting the church, which, yeah, that's an absolute no-brainer. Always target the church if you want to get into the city here. The recon here deploys, but now against the Delta, together with the M1IP as fire support, they obviously stand no chance, so I instantly have to retreat them. The Striker, unfortunately, will be no support against the Deltas because it has, well, no anti-infantry weapon. Try to target him with the artillery, but he moves it in aggressively. So that was a bit unlucky. More Mistrals coming in for the town, because there was nothing happening on the right-hand side all this time. You can see I have some good defensive line established here now, with recon, ATGMs, infantry, fire support, everything I want. And yeah, he snipes off the CRVT with his deltas. But yeah, nothing happening, so I was focusing completely on the left-hand flank. Spot his Abrams here, so I thought I might as well try to kill it with artillery, because I wasn't spotting anything else here. The M1IP here could have been a good target as well, but I didn't see it in time. And I was then already targeting the M1IP, so I thought, you know, might as well try. Now the Milan 2 here is actually in a pretty bad position, because it's completely exposed to the deltas. But the town is now very well defended, actually. Like, look at that. Problem is, though, I have no long-range defenses, so no 50 cals, no Milan 2s. That was a pretty bad mistake by me. But I was also afraid to buy into many of them, because I thought that he would just kill that with his artillery. Bring in the Mirage 5 bomber to kill off his Delta. F-16 dies, and the other one was circling around stupidly, so the F-15 also gets the kill on the Mirage 5. F-16 shoots one rocket volley, hits, second one misses, and third one also misses, so that was very, very bad. Phantom comes in, F-16 clusters lost their target, so also retreating them. So other F-16 was also killed by the F-4. That was super bad, but it gets killed off in the process, so that's good. This F-16 cluster gets hit and has to retreat, but it's still alive, so that's good enough in my book. Like, it's actually still bad, but as long as it survives, I'm fine with it. And I'm still 200 points ahead. There's 50 minutes left, so still more than enough time for him to come back. But nothing going on the right-hand flank. So we're basically just only playing this side. You know, typical two legs. You either only play this lane or you only play this lane. There's basically no in between. Here I tried to counter battery him because 101st obviously doesn't have any mechanized artillery. They only have the old artillery, but unfortunately he moved it just before I started the counter battery. He didn't move it for quite some time, but then of course just before I do the counter battery he starts moving, so that was very unlucky and will be two completely wasted volleys. But my drone, once again, absolutely amazing, spots two juicy targets here. So I'm bringing in the Mirage cluster bomber, plus one, but I mean obviously I have to. Phantom here unfortunately gets the first missile on target to the drone, so rip drone instantly buying another one, because I really need to know what's going on to keep this town here alive. F4 also very luckily misses, and then the Mirage 5 double taps it. That was pretty bullshit. Doesn't kill anything here, but does a lot of damage. Also big mistake by me to not just bring in the F-16 as well. for some extra damage. But oh well. Happens to the best of us. Infantry, I didn't kill any of the infantry here, but I did get it very low, so his advance or his attack will be delayed by quite some time again. Using a GSR squad here, but don't know whether this will be such a great idea, because I have a lot of infantry here now. A lot of close range infantry, a lot of standard infantry, line infantry, Mistrals, Gepard, Leopard 1s. So I was feeling pretty confident that this should go well for me. If he attacks, I know that he only has one bomber left. Also bought some Mech Fusiliers for the center here, in case he would push through. I mean, I had the sniper here still, but you know, some extra fire support is always nice. Right hand flank, still nothing going on. Bought in an extra Gepard in case he would try some helicopter drops, because I had no AA on the right hand flank. So you know, just in case. Here I tried to outflank the M1s from this side now, and then move forward my Mech Fusiliers. But unfortunately, he still has the M1 IP here. I think he brought in one car of the M1 IPs upvetted and one without the vet, just to have more availability. Don't know whether this is actually a good idea or not. I think it is actually a good idea, because you still get one card of M1 IPs that you can use to fight other tanks, and then one card of M1 IPs that you can just use for fire support, and obviously also to fight other tanks, but they will be worse, because they will take a lot more cohesion damage. You can see I also bought in more Leopard 1s, but unfortunately he has an ATGM back there that I don't see because I lost a recon position in here, so that was a bit unlucky. Brought in some Milan 2s, but he has a GSR recon squad still in this forest line, so he has perfect line of sight of that. That's my phone, by the way. Don't worry. And yeah, so those Milan 2s will not be long for this world. And he has a GSR squad in here. Well, actually, I can't remember, but he had one in here. It definitely has one in here. And yeah, so I instantly put my artillery on it, because I really want to get rid of it, because it's just giga annoying. Pushing forward the Leopard 1s to engage the Humvee Delta. Maybe I will kill it at some point, you know. Nice, get a hit. Apache sitting in the back. Big problem. And now he starts smoking. And this is again a big problem, because he will be able to get a command in. And I mean, I'm 200 points ahead, but if he just keeps smoking, there's a good chance that he will be able to get an advantage again, or at least a draw. Here's just driving in, even though like this one isn't smoked off, so I snipe one of his squads in the transport. His other squads here, you can see, just getting absolutely deleted. Leopard 1s being rerouted to the left, more units bought in, everything all in the left-hand flank. Yeah, also a Gepard for the left-hand back sector, again, just in case he goes around with his helicopters and does some drops in my backline. I really didn't want to lose just because of that. Bombers brought in. See, I'm microing them back so that they don't like fly around stupidly in the front line and get sniped by some dumb manpads. Another air scout, GSR dying. F-15 coming in. Now I'm going in with both the bombers, and they should be like, they should have no issues killing the M1 IP. Loose line of sight though, unfortunately. So let's see whether the F-16 will be able to hit. Drops a little bit too far to the back, but I mean, the Mirage 5 should be able to finish it off, because those two are, yeah, well, very heavy bombers. But I didn't. Like, I have no idea how the fuck that happened, but somehow both were not able to kill off the M1 IP. That was just ridiculous. Like, what the hell? What was that? How did it survive both? That must have been the most stupid drop I have ever seen in my life. F-16 also got killed by the F-15. I mean, I thought it would be fine because I would, you know, kill the M1. Turns out I didn't. Now pushing in the Leopard 1s to get a kill on the command, but I wasn't able to. I at least killed one M1. But then the Apache and the line of 3 M1 IPs here completely delete my Leopards. Of course it does. That's absolutely fair. And I never got the like never had the time to put in Milan 2s here, because I was just always afraid that he would just move in more infantry, but yeah, well, he started spamming M1s, and I didn't like realize that he had those at 0 vet so that he could actually spam them. That was a big mistake on my part. Trying to get rid of this stupid GSR squad, but now because he has his 3 M1s, I can't engage the GSR squad there. More infantry coming in, but they are now just pretty much useless because they will not help me against the M1 IPs, and especially infuriatingly, this M1 IP command survived. His mortars, I will now counter battery them because again they are not mechanized, so they should be fairly easy to kill off. And this is what you have to do against enemies that want to smoke you off. Use your artillery to kill the mortars. If they're infantry mortars. If they're mechanized mortars, it's gonna be a little bit harder. But you should still try it. Because most of the time, you know, blind firing into the smoke with your artillery will not net you the best results. Maybe with the heavy howitzers like the M110 or the Malutkas. But with the standard 155, 152 millimeters, there's no point. F-15 against snipes me with the first missile, bruh. That's annoying. I think that's my last recon drone. Not completely sure, but I think it's the last one. You can see another Leopard 1 spam coming in. And at some point, I missed it again. At some point my command here died. So that was actually pretty bad. I didn't notice it at this point in time, but if he gets into here, and even if with the command tank, or command unit in general, even if I manage to push him out again, I will not capture the sector back again. A +1 isn't much, but getting here is a long way. So that's pretty bad, but for now he doesn't have any infantry in. Tries to move in with infantry, but you can see how much damage down the napalm actually does in the forest. Like, look at that. Now, obviously, it's a bit fake because there's a lot more units firing at them at the same time, but still the napalm is doing a lot more damage. You gotta trust me on that. This example isn't the best one. Yeah, so all his infantry is instantly dead. Tried to kill his M1 IP here with the artillery, but it again barely survives. So super annoying with all his M1 IPs barely surviving. All his infantry here in the Blackhawks though going down. F-16 is coming in for the M1 IP there. And this time it actually works as it's supposed to. I would argue that this F-16 cluster together with the 227 kilogram bombs should also be able to kill the tank. Somehow it didn't this time around. Yeah, well, whatever. That's the most important thing. Quick fix also that. Very annoying helicopter to deal with its, I think, 40% ECM. And, well, yeah, the M1 IP is now repaired up again. I just wasted my bomb. Well, I didn't waste them. I killed the M1 IP, but I used the bombers, so now they have to reload. And I am not able to bomb the M1 IP now. Only 6 minutes left, but he still has enough time to get a draw if he just is able to drive in. I bought in a bunch of Leopard once again, together with a command Leopard, which wasn't because I noticed that I was missing a command here, by the way. I just did it because I thought it would be helpful for my Leopard 1s to hit a bit more against those M1 IPs. Because in general, the duel between those isn't as bad. I mean, or a straight-up duel is obviously bad, but as you can see, I have more Leopard 1s, especially with those now coming in. And also some strikers for some support against him. But with double vet, they should be really deadly. Now his mortars are continuing to smoke me, and I didn't listen to my own advice and just continue counter-battering his mortars, because I'm stupid. And I was trying to kill off his tanks, which also makes sense because with my artillery, because I don't have any other way to kill them off, basically. My tanks are too unreliable to kill them off. I can force him back, no issues, and if the blob here arrives, I can fight his M1 IPs, but for now I am kind of in a bad spot. Let's see, I am now queuing up orders to counter battery his mortars, and now he gets in, and this was the point where I realized, oh fuck, I don't have a command anymore. That's pretty bad. And then I realized that I was pretty lucky that I bought in a Leopard 1 with the last tick. Because if I would have bought it in now, it would have taken forever to reach, and at this point it would have been a draw or even a loss for me. So now I know that he has to be in a smoke somewhere, so I'm moving around trying to find him in the smoke. Super annoying. Also moving into the forest line in case it's like some sort of bamboozle move and he's actually in the forest line here. Finally get rid of the Aero Scouts GSR squad. And I just can't find him. He was like back here somewhere, and I barely moved past him. Also this Pioneer Flam vetted up, by the way, from all the kills I was getting. And at a +1, like, he is not winning, but he has enough time to get a draw. Maybe even a win. I'm actually not completely sure. Find some green berets, but those are not the squads that I'm looking for. Here I finally see the command tank. Instantly buy him the bomber to get rid of it. The infantry here, really, I don't care. Whatever. The most important part is to get rid of the command tank. Shoot down the Phantom with, how many is it now? I think 2 Gepards, yeah, and the Mistros. Those leopards should have been mobilized a long time ago. You can also see bought in my ATGM helicopters. Now I lost line of sight of the tank again, so I'm just bombing into the smoke because I'm running out of time. I was assuming that he would be moving back because the Mech Fusiliers with the AT launchers are here and the Pioneer Flams can't do anything against him. Kill my own Pioneer Flam with the bombs. And don't kill the tank, because of course, why would I? So yeah, very, very bad for me. He moves in his Apache now, and he will delete all those vehicles in the open here. Still has an ATGM back there. I never bothered to move up my sniper. Mistake by me again. Trying to find him, I just can't. And the thing is, he's almost at the draw line. If he gets 316 points, I'm done. It will be a draw, and I kill off his tank, but it's too late. Because now the sector will slowly fall back into my control, but this is enough for him to get a draw. And this is pretty annoying, because I only have 3 minutes left, and I need to drive through to get into his back zone, but he has those stupid Apaches. So I also need to route my Gepards forward, which will take even more time. And I still need to get rid of all those M1s. Buying in the F-16 to kill at least one of them off. Target the other one with artillery. Kill off one. That's nice. But the Apache is still a big issue. You can see, Gepards are being routed, but this one is being stupid. I think because I first wanted to run them through here or something. Now I'm running it through here. Leopard 1 engaging the M1 IP, missing. Apache back there. Big problem. Gepards moving into position though. But he's bringing in a Chinook, and this is his last command, I'm pretty sure. With the Green Berets command. And then he surrenders. So I guess he assumed that I would be able to get into this back sector, or maybe he didn't know about the draws. But this would be very weird. Look, this guy has like over 850 games. He should know. So what the fuck? Almost all with NATO. Jesus Christ. Like, look at how many games I have. Good God, some people spam this game. It's insane. And this is like, by the way, after 1.0. If this guy played in the beta, he most likely has even more games. But well, no game shaming here. You can also see I lost quite a few ranks recently because, yeah, well, the meta in ranked is just... Oh my god, man. So yeah, very nice win for me. Humvee Deltas definitely learned that they are giga fast. So I will know that for the next time I face WARNO first. It's still like not the best division, just that in this matchup WARNO first is pretty good. But generally WARNO first just suffers from having a super expensive infantry and no cheap ATGM spam. But and maybe I could have leveraged my Leopard 1 spam a little bit earlier, but with this M1 IPs and Apaches, he can stop that still fairly well. And I mean, I don't want to dive my F-16s in against an Apache because his close range AA, his short range AA is still very good and he has F-15s. So, yeah, well, artillery doing some decent job. It didn't kill a lot because all of his infantry squads are just so giant, but it did a lot of damage to them. And still even got some kills. Pioneers here, killing a Green Beret, ODA, and the area engineers. Extremely important kills. have missed out here, completely deleting his air force. This Mirage killing of my own pioneers towards the end, that was a bit sad, especially because I didn't get the command tank in the bombing run, but oh well. Man, but I managed to chew through all of his giant infantry squads. Even though it was a close call, it worked out. Deltas definitely were a big problem for me throughout the whole game, and the M1s as well. I think I should have started the Leopard 1 spam a little bit earlier, but as I said, I was just afraid that he would continue spamming his giant infantry squads into the town, and then Leopard 1 support for the town is a bit weird because of the sidelines into the town itself. So I think it was still the right call to make. But yeah, F-15, absolute menace for me. Green Berets, though, interestingly enough, didn't perform too well. I did manage to kill them off fairly early, and the issues were the M1 IPs for me, actually. And then obviously the Apache. But yeah, so definitely interesting game. Was some nice microing in the town. Basically the only time you actually need to really micro your infantry. Pretty fun. And I hope that they rework infantry combat soon in the future, that we can actually have more of infantry micro mattering in infantry doing actual damage and not just suppression. And yeah, so let's see what next game will bring. 16th Belgian, definitely a cool division, but it has very obvious drawbacks. So I think I will play a few different divisions for the near future. Or maybe I will return to the Belgians, because I really like them. So yeah, we will see. But anyway, hope you liked the video, and see you in the next one. Until then, have a beautiful day, and bye bye.